Is this?
Doesn't come from a love for people. It shows.
This reminds me a few years ago of how white male leftists on TikTok would come on here to debate with white male conservatives. And though so many of us praised their content, I think they're actually a perfect example of what this creator is talking about. If you look closely at the origins of their perspective and the vibe of their community,
This is 42,000 likes. What the fuck?
it ironically mimics the alt-right pipeline. For so many white male conservatives, their journey to the alt-right started with content like that. Feminist gets owned, feminist theory gets destroyed. Content around
I can't F11 this. I don't know why. It just like won't do it.
dominance of political ideology rather than social issues that ideology is actually based off of. And these white male leftists had a very similar vibe. If
What is it?
Journey to the alt-right started with content like that. Feminist gets owned, feminist theory gets destroyed. Content around dominance of political ideology rather than social issues that ideology is actually based off of.
True, but that's a good thing that some people are adopting that, I think, maybe. I don't know. I think I get like I think I get looped into like the debate lord stuff because, you know, I've done a couple. But you know, I'm very much against that. But it's just like regular
And these
confusion.
white male leftists had a very similar vibe. It felt like these leftist creators were just using these debates as a grudge match, an excuse to destroy or own their conservative opponent.
Like, I agree with everything she's saying. I think that that is precisely what the concept of debate is. I don't have an issue with what she's saying. I guess the only thing I would say is that like saying that I'm a part of that group is incorrect, but I saw this TikTok. I think they missed the part where the pipeline starts at regular normie content and not feminist owns videos. Yeah, FD Signifier also accidentally looped me in when he thought I was a debate bro and didn't understand you were your content, but like, you know, we clarified it and he knows, like, I don't know.
Their leftist ideology was never born of a love for people. It was born out of vain self-interest to flaunt their intellectual superiority and
Dude, I 100% agree with this. If you're, I've this is like a verbatim Hasanabi speech almost. You guys are being angry, but like, and even if she turns around and says like, and Hassan does this like all the time or whatever, I don't even personally care because they just didn't understand what I was talking about or what I have said. I've said these exact same words about debate culture where it turns into, it's a matter of spectacle. Hassan, I've been trying to take credit. I can't. Wait, what? I mean, there's, you know, you can find videos of me, right? From like a very long time ago saying exactly these same words. Like, it's not like everything I say is on the internet. Debate is blood sports. It can have an educational purpose, but ultimately it's about ritualistically humiliating your opponent. It's pseudo-intellectual wrestling. And basically, I agree with everything she just said. And if your entire worldview revolves around like constantly, like if your entire ideology is developed around constantly fucking watching debates and stuff, then you don't actually care about the underlying empathetic reasons as to why you would champion leftist causes or why you would believe in leftist causes, and you would instead only care about winning and defeating other people in debates. And that creates a really toxic environment, which is something I completely agree with because there is no underpinning, there's no leftist underpinning, there is no underlying like genuine interest in doing the right thing or advocating for the right causes.
prove that their political ideology was more dominant than a conservative one. The
Yeah.
damning thing is when a lot of black and brown creators, some leftists and some who just wanted to call out their lack of intersectional theories or the tokenization of black and brown people's experiences, women's experiences that they would be talking about in their debates, these white leftists leaned into their sense of elitism and tried to say that those perspectives were invalid because they were not academically insightful enough. They argue that these creators had no room to criticize them because they didn't study or understand the academically codified leftist theories like they did. The thing is, you don't need to understand a theory for your perspective to be valid, especially...
I don't know why I don't know why they said, Hassan Piker, please stand up. Like, I guess maybe because like I'm like a popular leftist figure, so it's easier to just like use me as a vector for this, but I think she's not talking about me. It's like it's very, what she's talking about isn't even wrong, and I do agree with that. But I do also regularly, I mean, I put down people that say I put down people that have opposing viewpoints to me, regardless of what their background is, regardless of what their creed is. There's a clip of you literally saying what she's saying.
Perverts. Now, these guys thrive on the blood sport. They have this, like, you know, sanctity of the debate where they genuinely believe that truth is the only way to arrive at, like, the truth is through, you know, testing your intellectual mettle. In the
description of the video calls you outlaw. What are you talking about? No, I know. I know that she's calling me out in particular, which I find to be interesting because I have said these exact same things. I've said these exact same things that she has said, literally about debating. And not only about debating, but also specifically about like undermining Pan-African nationalism or undermining like black and brown people that don't immediately subscribe to whatever the broader leftist idealistic notions are. You know what I mean? I even talk about that. The reason why I sound different there is because I have the reason why I sound different there is because I had COVID back then when I said that. But I've said it so many times. That example wasn't even that old though. There's shit from 3 years ago. Yeah, I've been saying this for many years.
When you are living the life that theory is based off of. Any true leftist with a love for people and a sense of empathy would understand that. But that's not what these white male leftists were. Truthfully, they're not that different from their white male conservative counterparts, just another side of the same coin. Their sense of elitism was just academic and came from their knowledge of theories rather than propaganda, but it gave rise to the same idea of political dominance.
I think the part of the thing that's funny is, though, like, none of those people are academic, like, including myself. Like, if she was to... I guess, like, if she were to call out, like, Vosh or Destiny or whatever the fuck, like, that wouldn't get as much traction. So she just, like, chose me instead. Or maybe she knows that I agree with her, and that's why she added me and said, like, oh, yeah, Hassan Piker, please stand up. But none of those guys, not Hassan Piker being the first person when I saw OG's vid. Hassan is in a debate, bro. Wait, what? Hassan's just a bigger target. I think even the op knows Hassan's not that bad. Maybe, I don't know. But I'm not academic at all, for the record. Las Canarias, thank you for the 20 gift subs. Yeah, it seems like this person is in agreement with me, and it's probably... I'm going to be charitable and say it's probably just a little bit of confusion. You know what I mean?
And the same lack of empathy and love for people.
When your leftism does
you refused to debate me when I said you shouldn't fuck my mom. So yeah, I agree with everything, pretty much everything she said. Now that is not as broad reaching as like everyone with a standpoint, like a personal standpoint, like every black woman automatically is correct, even if they're Candace Owens. You know what I mean? Like I'm not of that mindset. There's obviously limitations to that standpoint epistemology. Is that what you were saying? But having said that, I do agree with the energy and most of what she said.
Marketplace of ideas, yada, 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 yada. I don't believe any of that shit. I think debates are for, debates are pseudo-intellectual wrestling. It can be educational. It can be productive, but most of the time it's for content. I've been very open about what I use debates for. I will debate clouded people. Okay. I will debate people that I think will be good content. I won't debate people that I think will have a psychotic fan base who will then, clip shit out of context in perpetuity and try to misrepresent my positions forever in the most pathological way possible because, it's horrible and gross and really weird. So, overweight Kanye, I've never seen you win a debate. Lol. So, like, that's the type of people, right? For the most part, debates, and I've talked about this a million times over, but for the most part, I think you have 40% of the debate watchers that are on your side that will firmly stay on your side and think you won the debate, and then the other side has their 40% of people that think that their side won the debate, and then there's 20% in the middle that could go either way. But the people that could go either way will usually only sway from one way or the other by judging not whose arguments were more sound, but rather who was more rhetorically able to overpower their opponent, who was able to effectively rationalize logical fallacies. That's how you win debates for the most part. I'm sorry, especially on the internet. It's not about like the actual. It's not about like the actual fucking sanctity of the argument. There's no like points. It's not like
You look like his dad now, my friend. This is from 2 months ago. I think what you're failing to recognize is I just shaved, so I looked younger, which is what I say all the time. And then you guys literally are like, no, that's not true. And then I do shave, and then you turn around and you go, oh, wow, you look so different now. And then when I grow the beard again, you go, wow, you looked so different when you were shaved.
Debate club. And
we do this pretty much every fucking 4 months when I decide to shave.
Debates work like cancellations. You only lose if you admit it. Yeah. One of the greatest examples of like how debates look to specific audiences is the Christian Walker concept, which wasn't even supposed to be a debate. And then like his opinions started coming out, leaking out in that conversation that we had. And then I started effectively putting down his talking points. And yet there are entire communities on the internet who are, who make their living off of debating themselves. Basically said that Christian Walker, despite making zero good arguments or cohesive points and consistently conceding throughout that entire conversation, owned me. Now, I think that you only think that.
Notice how the TikTok lady didn't say debate lore. She said white is standpoint epistemology. You were trying to be charitable to improve her take, which is nice, but which she isn't calling out behavior. She called out your race, shaking my head. I don't really care about that. I just like, yeah, okay. Well, who cares? You know what I mean? You need to stop being so fucking you need to stop focusing on that sort of stuff. It's stupid as fuck. Okay? Anyway. I should call you the C word in another TikTok. That's funny. I mean, I am. Not according to Twitch, but I am. I'm just going to say... Okay, well, that's... Wrong video? No, this is the right video, Chad. It's the beginning of the video. Shut up.
Love for people. It shows.
This reminds me a few years ago of how...
Yeah, it's the right video. Shut the fuck up, chat. I agree with almost everything you said. Maybe there was... But... But I agree with the point that debate lords create a toxic space. There you go.
How white male leftists on TikTok would come on here to debate with white male conservatives. And though so many of us
fuck, I
praised
fucked it
their
up.
content, I
I
think
said
they're actually
debate
a
lords.
perfect example of what this creator's talking
Fuck!
about. If you look closely at the origins of their perspective and the vibe of their community, it ironically mimics the alt-right pipeline. For so many white male conservatives, they're
Here's the other side of it, by the way. Here's the other side of it, by the way. Here's the other side of it. The other thing I will say is debate lords can occupy an important role because there are a lot of people that value that kind of toxic blood sport shit. So if you use that as an entry point into leftist stuff and that's your entry point into your leftist journey, then I have no problem with that. You just have to also personally recognize that, like, you know, it's not the end all be all. And if your perspective is just like motivated by blood sport and who dominates in blood sport, and that's the end all be all, then you're not going to be a real leftist. Debating about debate lords, what's the difference? Yeah, you're right. I think she's celebrating you, not criticizing you. Please stand up and, as in, thank you, take the applause. Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe as well, because I do agree with that. But I think a lot of people thought that it was me that Hassan doesn't debate any longer because he learned it does not. He's evolved and has empathy for all. He literally debated Andrew Tate last week. I should have said he consistently debates, and the debates don't bring about real change. I agree with everything minus the Hassan comment. But this is on point. Crazy how people thought of Hassan, but legitimately there's actual left debate bros who are much worse. I disagree with Hassan on lots, but I know he's legit. Yeah, this is like
the alt-right
most of the people, even without me like looking at this video, was already saying like I'm a leftist who I've never picked up Marx in my life. I'll probably will eventually, but leftism is from living. But my leftism is from living, not reading. That's good. That's not a bad thing. Like there's plenty of positive comments in here. I still think Hassan is important in the sense that people like my brother or others would have fallen down the alt-right pipeline if it wasn't for him. Yeah, I don't really know about the solution, to be honest, but they won't listen to any marginalized communities to educate them. Wait, what? Anyway, why is it that a lot of conservatives IRL are more reasonable than online? Everyone is more reasonable in real life than they are online. What do you mean? The theory was written based on experiences of the oppressed, not the other way around. Hassan doesn't like debates either. Actually, he calls it pseudo-intellectual sparring. And doesn't think they actually change anyone's minds. Why did he debate Andrew Tate? He's an entertainer. His main goal is to keep people watching, not solidarity to a movement. Yeah, that's just like people that respond like this are just angry. That's it. They're angry at the world. They want you to learn about issues in the BIPOC communities from Candace Owens. No, I don't even think that's what. I don't even think she would agree with that. I think this person wasn't like. If you watch this on podcast these days, he says he doesn't like debate anymore for these reasons. Didn't he just recently debate someone? Yeah. It's true. The 30 Black Chatters have been begging for Durag Tuesdays and 90 Day Fiance. Okay, nice bathroom. I'm convinced debating is just another stepping stone for white supremacists. Like, don't fight Greece with fire. Wait, what? Isn't there a difference between debating someone and making fun of them to their face? That too. I gotta be honest, if I was making a hit job content on TikTok and you responded in this charitable of a way, it'd make me so angry because now you're agreeing with my point, but not with my unfounded criticism of you. I don't even think this, dude, this take is so like in line with my worldview and what I believe in that I don't even think that person was calling me out. The OG TikTok starts with talking about white male leftist TikTokers. I don't think this was ever meant to attack you. Yeah. Literally, I am so pissed that you're so charitable with her. Why? Why shouldn't I? Especially because, like, I think that person is not. There are some people out there who are nefariously trying to fucking clout shark and trying to dagger me. You know what I mean? But this person doesn't seem like one of them. I think she's either A, misguided and thinks I am in that same category, or B, literally agrees with me and was saying maybe like stand up as in like, you know, I like that you also agree with this perspective. Y'all are just racists, lol. Wait, what? Why? Las Canarias, thank you for the 13 gifted subs. The creator like comments that were shit talking you. Oh, maybe. I mean, who cares? Who cares? Then they're probably misguided. You did one debate with Andrew Tate because Tate's getting huge and no significant. And Andrew Tate wasn't one debate. It happened on the stream with 6 other creators, and Tate happened to be there when they invited us on. Yeah. How is your chat more hostile to you than random TikTok comments? Because I don't know, because this community thrives on getting my attention, and getting my attention in the best way is just to be hostile to me. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know why she said this, but yeah, maybe I don't know why she said that either she loves me or she doesn't know she loves me. That's not what I'm saying at all. But what I'm simply stating is that the Jeff Whittick episode just got dropped. All right, let's move on. People legit have only ever seen clips, and because it's recently Andrew Tate shit, they have no idea. But yeah, with the Andrew Tate stuff, like, with the Andrew Tate stuff, like that's like pretty much positive. So I haven't seen anybody be like, "Yo, that sucks." Is Mike on the paywall episode? No.
In the debate world, he's the mountain boxing influencers.
Yeah,
right?
I guess. I don't even like doing it. I don't like debating that much.
No,
I just
actually
hate it.
yeah.
Nah, because it turns into blood sport.
I texted you after. Great movie, by the way.
Yeah.
See, guys my age.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this. Yeah, you did great. I texted you. I was like,
Yeah.
bro, you fucking, that was entertaining to watch. You're the new top G. Did I say that?
Yeah, no, you did. I think you just said something like that, but
Something like
it's true. Yeah, once you own the top G, you're the top. He's the
Oh,
bottom
man,
G
you
now.
should do a stream shirtless with a cigar.
With
and
the
I can-
fucking glasses.
I can come in and just start rubbing your shoulders.
I think you just want to do that.
What?
There is definitely. To be honest, you're pretty easy to clip out of context. A bunch of shit you say, which we already know is irony, might come across as offensive. Yeah. Have you ever listened to Akala, the British leftist rapper? No. I don't listen to music. So the first half of this is not paywalled. This is the full episode. The first hour and 6 minutes is not paywalled. And then the second hour is, and we actually talk about a lot of like Jeff's experiences with prison, how he went to jail and all this other stuff. Like, it's actually really good. So I guess it's official. Patreon.com/FearAND is now popping. Highlander rules. I'm the new top G. The new and how little the system works to. Dude, it was really good. Did I say recidivism correctly? Did I spell that correctly? In the portion you can access at. Mars said this episode was probably my favorite. Wait, what am I doing? www.twitch. What is it? Patreon.com/FearAND, right? That's how you do it. Just looked at the first minute of the Patreon stuff and y'all are pulling your feet out. Oh, yeah. Shit. We got to post our censored photos, too. Why is the second hour monetized? Because we're on Patreon, okay? And that's how it works. Because I love money. I love money and I love capitalism. That's why. I have a Patreon promo tweet coming in a sec. Okay. Marsh, do you have both me and Will's photos where we did the foot thing? We should like post them censored today too. Why say that? Just point that it's to pay Marsh. Because I don't care. Like, I don't care. Oh, yeah, there it is. As a communist, why do you expect compensation for your labor? Yeah, that's the funniest part about this is that, like, motherfuckers would be like, socialism is quite literally about, like, achieving proper compensation for your labor. Like, it's an entire movement based around, like, being adequately compensated for your fucking labor. And when you actually do that, motherfuckers are like, what do you mean? What? That's unacceptable. Like, what do you're supposed to be fucking doing it for free. But remember, this episode is not political, okay? And none of the episodes are. These are like very, very chill. Chat, you aren't Hassan's boss. He doesn't need to explain everything to y'all. I mean, yeah, but the Chapo one will be political though. Because you're not compensated enough already? Yeah, I am compensated. I'm compensated hella fucking hard. I am compensated hella fucking hard for streaming on Twitch. But a podcast requires a producer and requires a fuckload more lift. That's how it works. Hey, will the second half be available at some point as a permanently paywalled? I don't know. I have to talk to Patreon about that. And the Chapo one will be on our feed as well, yes. NB Monkey says, white people never oppressed? Sound good from a Turk. Okay, well, I realize that I'm responding to a... It'd be funny if you had the Chapo guys on and just did a movie up with them. Well, we did do that, actually. We left the podcast network, yes. Either it was going to be ads or it was going to be fucking Patreon. And I would much rather do Patreon and have a consistent have a consistent revenue model like that. So it's like a standalone thing in and of itself. Instead of getting sponsors, most podcasts get sponsors for that. Just saying, no, I know, I don't want to get sponsors though. Podcast episode featuring me and Maya just making out for an hour. Down. Let's do it. Let's lock it up. You ever feel that you invalidate many atheist experiences with what people do in God's name? What? Okay. Fair enough. I think people just want to know the understanding of why these episodes are behind a paywall. Like half of the episode is behind a paywall. Because it needs to have a compensation mechanism. That's it. Stop explaining the Patreon. Every podcast is a Patreon. These questions are not in good faith. No, I know they're not, but I should still, I should still treat it as though they are in good faith. I don't know. Some of them are just people who are silly. And maybe they just like have never seen what a podcast is. I don't know. People don't realize that there's not a single leftist podcast without a Patreon. Yeah, I know. No, it's not paid per episode. It's a monthly sub. Complaining about paywalls, it really is 2016 again. Yeah, podcast paying for the podcast is the best way to keep the podcast casting. Yep. Wait, so I don't understand. So is it on YouTube or did you partner up with Patreon? It's everywhere. It's a podcast that is everywhere, including on Patreon. Patreon is an application of its own. It's like a platform of its own. You listen to the podcast Evil Men? I feel like you'd be a great guest and choose their own person to talk about. Maybe. Not that they don't realize that other pods have paywalls. You're just more accessible for them to complain at. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Probably. Or people don't know, or people just don't understand how that works. You know what I mean? They just like don't get it. Personally, they've never like watched a podcast that closely. You're already getting more shit on it than the Chapo guys. It's literally because you're accessible and reading it. Yeah, but I mean, I will. Like, I'm gonna fucking explain it. I'm gonna explain my position, and then we'll continue on with the fucking news. All right. Been waiting for years, 10 hours a day for this guy to ethically slip up. Motherfuckers be like, bro, you are literally giving me free content 8 hours a day, every day. Okay? Every single day, 7 days a week. And then on top of that, there's 1 hour of content that you create that's behind a paywall. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you. How dare you try to fucking create a self-sustaining revenue structure for a form of entertainment that you're doing extra on top of the fucking 8 hours a day that you're putting in, literally on top of the 8 hours a day that you're putting in, that will allow for you to have a self-funding mechanism for the extra content, which includes like having a producer on. That's what you sound like when you get mad at that. But like I said, it was really good. The episode was really good. I am excited for it. And Bogdanov brothers like out here.
Who's that? The Bogdanon brothers?
You've never seen that? Yo, can you pull
them
that
up.
up, Mauricio?
That sounds like
They've had a
my ancestors.
They've had a Botox treatment or two in their time.
Bogdanov.
Oh, they both died, didn't they?
Yeah, they did from COVID, I think, and not from
Yeah.
Botox.
From COVID? They
Yeah,
died?
they were
And they're
COVID
Botox
deniers.
abusers?
Bogdanov. Yeah, there it is with a V.
How old are they?
I don't
Were
know.
they?
I think they were in their 50s or 60s when they died.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, bro, that's what I'm trying to be.
Damn, yeah.
Those guys, ageless.
Bro,
You
these
can't
guys
tell.
could be my parents.
You can't tell.
Or
You
they,
can't.
or they could be your young.
Honestly, I blame it's my money and I need it now. Wait, what?
Younger brother. You just don't
Yeah,
know.
you just don't know.
Just a little light Botox, you know?
Yeah,
That's-
it's
oh,
just
just-
that. Not to mention, you aren't even asking us to sub. You're so passive about letting us know about your Patreon. People are wigging. Yeah, no, they are. I think not posting the YouTube link on the tweet helps the algo. Yeah, that's why I didn't post the YouTube link and I posted the podcast Patreon link. Much.
Light work.
Once you pop, you can't stop, though.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
Damn. Yeah, they look good, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring
Look
a
at that
picture
hair.
of that in.
Have you ever given that cut in your barber shop?
That's what I'm going for. Look,
would
the guy on the left, I kind of like.
Yeah, what would you call that cut right
The
there?
Bogdanov.
That's the Bogdanov.
Yeah, the Bogdanov.
Wow.
That's a wild, like, how the fuck do you do that? I just, like, don't even understand how you do
Well,
that
that
to
goes
yourself.
back to like Johnny Depp just getting an accent out of nowhere. You
Yeah.
need friends that are gonna check you
yes.
and be like, bro, why are you talking like that?
But they're twins, so they didn't even check each other, and they were like, no, this is fucking sweet.
I
Keep
feel
doing
like
it.
Johnny picked up the accent way heavier when he did Captain Jack Sparrow.
Hmm.
I feel like he picked that up. It worked for him, and he just held on to it. Kind of has like this.
It's just such a strange
having fun
thing.
with life.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's
Talk like
such a
this today.
fucking
You know what
strange
else he
thing,
picked
dude.
up? You know what other affectation he kind of held on to? Hunter S. Thompson. That like, get back in the tub, you pig fucker. Like
Yeah,
that. Lock,
I mean, but
you
he
lock
used to hang
jaw,
out with
God,
him, right?
Son of
Like-
a, yeah, you son of a bitch.
That's
you-
one of my top
I'll
10.
stab you like hey.
I kind of get a little fear and loathing right here with you two. You kind of got
Well,
the
it's
dynamic.
We
name of
used
the
to
podcast,
be
dude.
Benicio.
That was the original.
Fear and.
Was the original
Oh,
name
yeah?
of the podcast was Fear and Malding. So we cut the Malding, and now it's just Fear and.
Little gonzo
Really?
journalism coming at you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're not doing gospel journalism. We're just fucking shooting the shit.
We're just getting weird.
But yeah, I think like guys like that, you're playing a character, and it probably gets really fun to play the character.
Yeah.
And then eventually you're like, you know, you're done playing the character, and then you go home and you're like, fuck, man, I'm so boring. Like,
Yeah.
I gotta figure some shit out.
Yeah.
So you just like pick different parts of it and make it your character.
Just
your
wear one
personality.
extra piece of jewelry every day.
Yeah. Dude, it's just like unacceptable. That is unacceptable. Like the way half these motherfuckers look is unacceptable. Like I wear jewelry,
They're
people
almost in
clown on me.
chainmail at this
Yeah.
point. They're just like 3 fingers
Yeah.
a ring.
Like people clown on me for this shit, but it's like this is pretty light,
You
dude.
got a lot of
Like,
accessories, bro. For
I
a big
do-
tough guy, you
I
got a
do
lot
love
of
I love
little-
accessories. I think it's fine. I mean, you got a fucking little chain going.
This is my mafia button right here.
Wait, really?
Give it to me after my first kill,
Yeah.
and that's it, bro.
You're made man?
Yeah, no,
no?
I can't say that on the internet.
No, you say that behind the paywall.
yeah, well, let's go and put that
wanna
on.
see it.
Put that
How
behind
many
the
men have you
paywall.
killed?
Oh, we should have already. Yeah, we should switch over.
All right, let's
All right,
get into
let's
fucking
do it.
Ethan Klein. I got a bone to pick
Oh,
with
let's
that
do
guy.
it. Okay, hold off on that though.
Nah.
All right, guys. So this is the first episode that we're doing behind a paywall, and if you want to watch the rest of this episode, we're getting to the juicy fucking details
Yep.
of Jeff's. We're gonna measure this man, okay, in
Oh,
every way.
nice.
All right. We're gonna talk about his background, the real juicy shit that he's not able to say, that he's a
How
made
many men
man.
he's killed?
Yeah, how many people has he killed? What's the body count? All of that. That will be behind the paywall. What else should I say about that?
You nailed it.
But like, do I tell people to
Listen,
go somewhere?
watch. I'm going to do this. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to watch the second part of this, go to the link here. I'll put it in the description.
in the description underneath us.
You can't put a fucking link in, Mauricio? Help me out, buddy.
Okay.
All right, let's get down to it. you're on a dirt bike. You can just skid and go the other way. A car has to do the 3-point turn. And
Yeah.
I've gotten away from the cops several times easily.
Now, this is the kind of shit we put behind the paywall. This is spicy.
They don't even.
Dude, it is it was really good. As a podcast producer, I'm curious how much you prep before the interview and how much the flow is done live. 50-50. I'm not going to tell you how many men he's killed, okay? So because Will's voice is exciting. Can't believe you're trying to make money, man. Almost if you live in a capitalistic society, shaking my head. Yeah. Don't worry about it. No, but what we did talk about a lot was his arrests, his many arrests, and like the American prison system, because he's been in and out of prison a lot, and you can find out for what reason if you didn't know. And you know, talk to him about that. And also like how that experience in prison shaped his understanding of the world and what his experiences were in particular with like LA County, because LA County is fucking bananas. Watch the Patreon promo, it's dope. Okay, this is the last thing we're gonna do before we move back into the next fucking table right now. Bonus content.
Oh,
Put your money where your fucking
is this
mouth
what you
is,
want?
dude.
Let's
That's
link
what I
our
want.
toes together.
Yeah, you
Let's
want bonus, dude?
Oh,
That's bonus content.
wow.
I was on a dirt bike and I ran from the cops for about 20 minutes
In LA,
in LA. They
There
caught
footage
me
of
with a
that? That shit's
helicopter.
crazy.
He has seen most of my cock. You want to see it?
I wouldn't mind. My blood vendetta against the government of Norway right now.
Fuck those motherfuckers.
I didn't know your ex, but I think she like watched my Young Turks videos or something like way back in the fucking day.
Well, she has a type.
Oh, well, no, not like
Did you
that.
fuck my ex-girlfriend?
you and me, one Turkish oil wrestling match.
Maybe.
3 minutes.
Maybe.
I don't think you can handle living with me.
I would probably kill you.
Yeah.
Why you don't have OnlyFans?
Give me that extra fade.
I mean, no.
And
You
then
just
you
say, give me the. So you have weed.
When did you start doing porn?
You had to fuck someone up
You
on
fucked
the
someone
stairs.
up.
Did you take it easy on them?
Well, so here's.
I'm going to use a nail gun to enter your townhouse.
Damn, that's so fucking good. Holy shit, that's a good ass teaser. God damn, dude. Are you gonna record the week of releases or record a bunch in advance? Both the week of and a bunch too. We're gonna do fucking possibly a nearly nude calendar, which is up to Will to fucking coordinate. So that's his. If that doesn't happen, then that's his fault. We're gonna do like unlockable shit, like the fucking body pillows that we wanted to do. Part of this is like I wanted to do a podcast, and at first I wanted to do a podcast which was gonna be like impulsive. You know what I mean? Like Logan Paul helping out Mike. And then it became like a big thing, and Mike itself blew the fuck up regardless, right? That was my original goal. And then when we did it with Cast, we didn't have a lot of freedom to do like wild shit that we wanted to do, like fun shit. They wouldn't even let us fucking do like ad reads in the way that we wanted to. They were like, you have to do ad reads. You want to help out Mike? No, Logan Paul. Logan Paul with Mike. He was like, this would be great. This could be like Mike's own thing, basically. You know what I mean? Thing that Mike manages, kind of like that. And I wanted to do that as I want to do that in a similar capacity for Will, but then Will blew up without it. You know what I mean? And we're just way more we're basically just fucking way more open. Like we can just do whatever the fuck we want. We manage our time on our own. We manage our guests on our own. I'm talking about Big Mike. Big Mike. Big Mike. Hey, Big Mike. And we are able to do so now. You know what I mean? We're able to do so without. Why is your W banner so little? It's not that little. It's like fine. I don't know. I'm really excited about the episode. It was a really good one.